Welcome one, welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic suspensions are in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler, and joining me on episode 379 of the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast is the one and only Mr. Ball and Claw Hammer himself, or not Claw Hammer, Ball and Claw and Ball Joint, Ball and Claw Joint.
I don't even know where you're going. You can keep trying though.
I can keep trying, and I'll just keep messing it up worse and worse.
Talking about the FJ45 axle shaft we have over there?
Yes, I am. It's a nifty little ball and claw socket. That's what I'm thinking of.
It's a cool design.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, how are you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah. I have a lot of wood rounds to prep for this weekend.
What's going on this weekend?
Black tie and boots.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, it's this weekend. Same weekend as CJ with a CJ's wedding.
Yes, which is where we're off to.
Yep, we're going off there, but I told Black Tie and Boots, RTF, that I would make all the centerpieces.
Oh, okay. You do have some work ahead of you.
I do. There's 24 to make. So, I'll be staying after today and working on that a little bit. But other than that, I'm having fun. The laser is back up and set up.
Oh, congratulations.
So we went back to lasering phallic symbols into everything. So,
oh, how cute.
Yeah, we're adorable. I blame Ryan. But Thursday. Yep. Thursday's episode is this one. And then, so we have a bunch of stuff to go over.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's now the Thursday of a new month, which means we have birthdays, FNGs, giveaway to announce, reviews. There was something else I thought. We'll start with those four and we'll go from there. See what helps. Voicemails. That's what it was. Yeah. So there's 5 things. So shall we jump right on into it?
Sure.
All right.
Let's do it. What shall we do? Let's just do the giveaway right now.
Okay. We did the giveaway for Lawless Corey's box of funness. Has a bunch of coastal lighting, some really cool LED lights in there. Spartan rope hat wasn't going in there. How'd that get in there?
I don't know. Sorry, whoever wins doesn't get the Spartan rope hat.
Don't get the Spartan rope hat. I'm keeping that one for myself. It's a nice hat. We got a bunch of coast lighting. We got some T-Rex tape. We got some really nice Walter abrasives for any kind of fabrication needs, grinding stuff down, smoothing stuff out, cutting things. About $250 there in Lawless Corey's box.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And so that winner, we did the drawing. We had 99 people or 99 entries.
Okay.
In this one.
Yes, we did.
For February. And we had one winner.
Only one
winner.
Okay. And it was
James
Van Andel.
Yeah. I was going to draw it out more because we have like 5 Jameses on that.
List. Sorry. I thought you forgot. So I jumped in there.
Good job. I approve either way. There, Jimmy Jet, everybody, keeping the podcast moving.
Yes.
James Van Andel. We will be getting in contact with you probably through email, possibly through Instagrams. Did you just, is that what you were doing?
No, I was looking at something else that I have to report on.
Gotcha. James Van Andel will be reaching out to you. So check your email, check your Instagram. We may send you a postcard. So make sure you're checking your snail mail.
Vintage texting is what that's called now.
Texting. What is a singogram? What is it called? A
sonogram.
That's different. That's not what I was thinking of. We're going to send him a strippergram. How's that?
There you go.
With the announcement, James. So, be on the lookout. We'll get that out to you. We just need your shipping address, and then you'll get a box of Lawless Corey's goodies. Mm-hmm.
One of those lights might be missing, just so you know.
2 of them might be.
Yeah.
That T-Rex tape is going to be missing. I'll tell you that.
I need that.
Yeah. Giveaway for February done. Congratulations, James Van Andel. And the giveaway for March is a Devos Light Ranger. pretty freaking cool light. We talked a little bit about it, and you'll get to hear some more about it later throughout the month too. So we'll leave that up for you guys. If you guys want to get entered for it, how do they do?
English good. Well, the way you can sign up for the Devos Light Ranger giveaway is to go over to irate 4x4. And then if you're on the mobile, you scroll down to the bottom of the watch, listen, and discuss section. No, I think you need to go to watch, listen, and discuss, then click on Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. It is the first one on the list because it is the best one on that list.
I was going to say, we're at the top of the watch, listen, discuss section.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then if you're on mobile, you scroll down to the bottom and there are ways to enter there. And if you're on the desktop, it should be on your right side.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're clicking into that $10 tier for the giveaway tier. And also don't forget that next month, the gift box tier opens up, which is where Tyler's month. Well, Tyler's month's going out. This is Tyler's month's box going out right now.
That's true. Yeah.
You're going to be entering, if you want to jump into the gift box tier, or if you want to stay in the gift box tier, you'll be entering into Jim's month's
That's
box,
true.
which comes out not on my month, but it's okay.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
You'll just take
We're
over.
always late.
Yeah.
So it usually comes out on my month.
I'm sorry, I thought you were just taking over the months around your month too.
Not only is November mine, now I'm claiming October.
It's Jim's quarter.
Actually, my due date was in October, so that's still sort of my month.
Oh, okay. That works then.
Exactly.
That's good reasoning. I like it.
On Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That would have been fun.
It would have really been fun.
Every year your Halloween party is your birthday party.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would. Shout out to Austin and his wife.
Okay.
For giving me those chocolates.
Is that what's coming in the mail for me?
No.
Oh.
Are you getting something from Austin in the mail?
Austin's sending me something because I wasn't at KOH and he has something for me.
Oh, I wonder if it's...
I think it is.
Did he tell you what
No.
Was
said
it supposed to be a surprise?
I don't know. I think it's the smoker.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard enough about it.
I haven't used them yet. I really want to though.
Verde has used his and he said he really likes it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I need to get around to using that, but I have been making good use of the chocolates that his wife gave me.
Okay.
So he knows about those. That was an around the fire thing, around the campfire at KOH.
Okay.
So thank you, sir.
I guess you needed to be there to understand.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you got to be there.
Got it. Well, then let's talk about FNGs and birthdays since I don't know what the hell you're talking about otherwise.
Cool. Sounds good. So FNGs, let me get those. I had them pulled up. Here we are.
We don't have any.
Oh, that's right. We don't.
Nobody signed up for us.
Lamos.
Yeah, people leave, but nobody signed up.
Yeah. We have reverse.
We know who you are.
We know how to track you down. Yep. So no birthdays. So
well, we have birthdays.
no FNGs. Yeah. Thank you.
Nobody ever really signs up this month anyway, because anybody that wants to sign up is going to wait till next month.
That's true.
To get into the $20 tier.
That's true. So birthdays then, we're looking at March birthdays, correct? We have one year birthday.
One year.
Yep. Ooh. Tony. Betty White 17.
Ah, Tony. Thanks very much. By the way, Tony, if you're listening to this, I believe you canceled the Betty White 17 and left your personal account one in our ranks. So I don't know if you meant to do that or not. But that's what happened.
Good to know. We'll let Tony figure that one out and reach out if he wants that changed. 2-year birthdays. We have Seth Kroom.
Seth, thank you.
Zachary Lyle.
Thanks, Zach.
And Jacob Gleghorn.
Ah, Mr. Gleghorn.
We have a hood here from Jacob.
Yeah, we do. You gave him a Forerunner. It was very nice of you.
It was very nice of me. 3-year birthdays. Super producer Brian Murphy.
Ah, Brian. Happy birthday, bud.
And
that was 3
years. 4 years yet. Not yet.
A few more months, though.
2 more months.
Yeah.
2 more. And then
James Dooley.
Nope.
Oh.
Dustin Ferguson.
That's who it is.
Yep. That'll be the first 4-year birthday.
There's a few 4-year birthdays, though.
On May, there's one, and then there's a few in June. Quite a few in June.
Got it. Wow. So Dusty Ferguson is our first 4-year in May.
Yep.
And he's our only 4-year. So he's our longest lasting Snail Squad member.
Yep.
I'm going to give you something once we get there, Dusty.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We should do that. I have some.
But you only. I'm
I
not
have
doing
some little
everything
wooden
else.
tokens with phallic symbols burned into them.
Perfect. We'll send him one of those.
Okay.
And it'll say actual size.
That's funny. Man, there was a comment on the Facebook page. I don't know if you saw it. It was about the e-brakes and saying,
why aren't we
using
doing
the transfer case ones? And I said, because you need a body lift. And Mike Klein interjected and said, all you need is 1 inch more. And I said, story of my life. Thanks for the reminder.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's every dude could say that.
Oh, man. So anyways, yeah, God, 4 years is coming up in 2 months here. That's crazy. So let's see. We got...
So speaking of gifts,
yeah,
I need to bow down, I guess, is
bowing down.
What happens.
Okay.
Apparently, more people like Nolan's gift than they like Brandon's gift.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Woo, go Team Nolan.
Yeah.
Wait, was there a poll done somewhere?
Yeah.
Did I
sort
miss
of,
it?
I guess.
Wait,
It was on
where-
the Snail Squad Facebook group.
Oh, did it happen today or?
No, it happened a while ago. I said, Nolan and Brian, can you guys please post photos down below? And everyone, can you like which group one you like better?
How did I miss that?
I don't know. You're off playing in NorCal 4x4 land or something.
Probably. Jeez. Okay.
So out of the amount of people that voted, for the most part, I have 3 votes and you have 7.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you over doubled me.
Wow. Look at me go.
And
Winner,
so
winner.
my only question to you is, did you buy that bag?
Like 2 years ago, 2.5, 3 years
Okay.
ago. I bought it because I was looking for a bag to put my tools in.
Right.
And I ended up not liking the zippers as much in that bag. And so I
Got
just
it.
shoved everything into the Gear Wrench backpack I had for the longest time before I got the Step 22 bags.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have to give props to Nolan because he did a really good job at displaying the gloves that you gave him.
That's awesome.
You have a good sense of humor, buddy.
That's pretty cool. Nice.
He put one of them has one finger poking up and another one has 2 fingers poking up.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
You got some good stuff in that box there.
I was a little concerned because you were like, yeah, I got like
Yeah.
$200 worth of stuff in my box. I was like, oh, I think mine's only worth like 100, maybe 120. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you gave him more practical stuff. think I gave him a lot more, I don't know, random stuff,
I like to be practical.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I gave the Crescent Wrench Path-Through set.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I gave him a Snail Trail Pocket t-shirt.
Okay. That's a good one.
He got a Spartan hat.
That's a good
Spartan
one.
Ropes hat. He got
That's a nice hat.
5-pack of DeWalt grinding discs.
So flapper discs or
No,
like the grind with the heavy duty ones?
The heavy duty ones.
I love those. I want those.
And then
Okay.
I gave him a etched whiskey glass Snail Trail 4x4,
Okay.
an etched Snail Trail 4x4 tumbler,
Okay.
and then koozie from Yokohama and SnailArmor,
Mm-hmm.
and then the 1/4-inch gear wrench keychains,
Oh, okay.
the wrench that's on the keychains.
Those are fun,
And then, I don't know, a whole bunch of stickers.
Okay.
So that's what Brandon got from me. And then Nolan got from you a Fairlead,
Uh-huh.
a Haas Fairlead.
That was that the sidetracked off-road or the Factor 55 one? Does it say?
I can't read it if it does.
Okay.
He got a Morphlate koozie, a Yokohama koozie. He got 2 sets of gloves. He got 2 D-links. He got a Morphlate air check, air
A
gauge. Yeah,
Okay. A digital gauge.
digital gauge, a flashlight, and a bag. And then it looks like 3 propane bottles
What?
and some carpeting for a bed of the truck. And then a chunk of wood.
What?
I don't know. That's all that's in the photo.
Okay.
You didn't give him those things?
I'm pretty sure you cannot ship propane bottles.
So I'm going with, I think people voted because you gave them propane bottles, and I think this is false.
I think
That
I
you
would
should
agree.
not have been. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say I would rather have your box than the one I gave him.
Yeah, maybe. He
Although
did.
I do have a thing for gloves.
Yeah.
I like those Yokohama gloves and the mechanics gloves I put in there for him.
Yeah. Got it. So actually, Nolan did put a list on the Facebook group of everything.
Okay.
And the propane bottles aren't on there.
Okay.
So never mind. Anyways, well, congratulations. I bow down to you, Mr. Gift Giver.
I am the wiener.
Apparently I'm a better arguer because I won all the TTTTs.
That's true.
And you just are a better gift giver.
That makes sense.
Okay.
All right. I am a giver, not a taker.
That's true.
Man. Way to derail the podcast,
I don't know
Jimmy.
what that makes me, but
well, you're a good arguer rather than a giver or a taker. You just like
I'll argue that.
Okay. All right. So what else do we got to do here? We got December's gifts out of the gift box competition out of the way. So thank you guys. Glad you guys hopefully enjoyed the boxes. Hope you had some fun with that. We had fun putting those together and kind of razzing each other on.
Mm-hmm.
So
thanks for everybody that voted.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we had the James Van Andel for February's giveaway done. Oh, I think it's Wesley Vieira. Wesley Vieira still has not returned any of my emails about January's giveaway. He was one of the winners for January. So Wesley, we're still waiting for you to get us your correct shipping address. Make sure it's all good.
Speaking of waiting for you, we're still waiting for 6-String Trucker
That's right.
and Redrockethotpocket to get in contact with us for your reviews, swag pack giveaways.
Yes. Do you think Redrockethotpocket is a giver or taker? Sorry. That's all I could think about the whole time you were talking.
Speaking about those guys and reviews, we have a few reviews to discuss.
There we go. Jimmy, keeping the podcast moving. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Yes, we do have a few reviews here. We're at 472.
472. Nice.
So we still have a few more left here before we hit 500. And at 500, we're giving away a winch. And then at 1,000, we're giving away
Tyler,
one night with Tyler.
Because he's a giver.
I guess oh my God. We're not allowed to do a late afternoon podcast anymore.
Apparently not. We haven't even been drinking.
No.
Let's start out with, you want a shot?
I thought about it, but I was like, we don't have the fridge set up and everything cold.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But we don't need whiskey to be super cold.
That's true.
You have a bottle of Old Elk out there.
Oh, that is true. Let's go grab that. We need to take a break. We need to calm this down. Okay, we're back. We had to take a break because we were getting a little out of hand.
Yep. But now we've got whiskey in hand.
Yeah, but now we have whiskey in hand, so things are just going to get worse from here on out.
Perfect.
What are we doing? We're doing some reviews, right?
Yes.
All right. So at 1,000, that's right. 1,000 reviews we're giving me away, apparently. So good luck to anybody who wins that one. For now, we are going to read a few here, with the first one being from Martin.
How many M's is that?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 5. I may have over exaggerated a little bit.
Okay. Thanks, Martin.
It says Jeeps are better! ! Still love Tacomas.
I disagree.
I do too. Jeeps are better, but I have grown to love Toyotas, and this is one of the best podcasts to learn about them. Look forward to listening to them every Tuesday and Thursday. It's a Jeep thing. It's a Jeep thing. We wouldn't understand, Jimmy.
Is that when we did the TTTTs when we were releasing on Tuesdays?
Maybe. That was in February 2022. So I don't think we were doing the TTTs then.
No.
We did those back in like 21, I thought.
Yeah.
Or 20. Anyways, it's a Jeep thing. We don't understand. So next one is from S99 2013. Says, awesome off-road podcast. Tyler and Jimmy are great guys who do informative and interesting discussions of everything 4x4 and off-road. Lots of great Toyota info and plenty of good general information too. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. S99.
S99 2013. Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to think of what that might mean.
I don't know,
but I gave up.
All right. Me too. Next one, FSR 100. Says Snail Trail, excellent 4x4 podcast, great entertainment and always fun. Keep on crawling for a long time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that kind of like a me love you long time? But
Probably.
keep crawling for a long time?
Crawling for a long time. Low and going slow.
We'll read the next one because we know this one.
Okay.
It's from Martlovesgarlic.
Aw, Mart.
It's our buddy. Says, real deal, best Toyota podcast with a bunch of exclamation points. Just listened to episode 269. Great, diverse bunch of knuckleheads on there. I really enjoyed listening to their various stories. Once again, you guys have knocked it out of the park.
Thanks, buddy.
269. That was the episode right before Trent, because Trent was 270.
Mm-hmm.
So was that the one with Nate and Powell?
Max Powell.
Max Powell. Nate and Max Powell.
It was indeed, actually. Nice job. Nice guess, Tyler.
I'm a good guesser.
Yep. Max, Kelly, and Nate.
That's right. Kelly was on that one too, from Muddy Beards.
Yep, he was.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. He was, I feel like we should have just interviewed him. Like as we started getting into that episode, I remember he's like, oh yeah, I've done gears. Oh yeah, I was a musician. Oh yeah, I did this too. Oh yeah. And we're just like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a big story here. Screw Nate and Max to be talking to you.
Yeah, everybody knows who those guys are. Yeah. Let's talk to Kelly.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a fun episode. So thanks, man. I think that does it for today on reviews.
Sounds good.
Cool. Let's see. Do we have a couple we have one voicemail.
One voicemail.
Return caller.
Ooh. From down under?
Nope.
Is it Donnie?
No, it was
Lenny telling me about trailers again.
No, it was somebody talking about the electric actuators for electric parking brakes.
Okay.
Let's see what he has to say. This one's a little bit longer than his first one.
Just calling back. Got to leave my name the first time. Name's Chris Flowers. I called in about the electric brake controller using the automatic window actuators. They run off of amp draw, so that you can put them on an old electric window that does not have automatic feature, doesn't even have CAN bus. When you hit the button, it says it energizes, stays energized till the amp draw goes up. When the amp draw spikes, it shuts it off. Same way with the up, as it goes up, and if you put your arm out the window and it hits your arm, it would spike your amperage, which would shut off. Or when it hits the end of your reach, it would shut off. I'm not sure about the actual amp draw on it. I have not really researched it that much, but I know they've been using it on the Tesla electric e-brake controllers and on hot rods. So it's worth looking into. Take it easy. Keep cruising.
Sweet. I like that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. And thanks for the clarity and the callback.
Yeah.
And leaving your name.
Yes. Yeah, I want to look into that. I'd have to look and see if you can wire the amp draw sensor into the relay side of it, because I'm going to be running it on relays on that 150 amp relay, or if you would just need to wire it directly and then it just controls everything direct without the relay, which would be kind of nice.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be cool, though.
I'll have to look into those.
It's a good alternative.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, I mean, I think we did talk about how you did get it to work.
I did. I got it working on that relay. I don't have it working in a way that it shuts itself off automatically.
Right.
So you just kind of hold it down for 2 seconds.
Correct.
And then let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's it's working as a momentary switch, and you control when to start and stop it and kind of thing.
Yeah. I was curious of how long we can use the parking brakes until we burn them up.
Yeah, that's kind of my question. So
this might be a good alternative.
Yeah, exactly. So my goal, I think, is to get the rig up and running as soon as possible. And then once that, then it'll come down to, working out all the kinks and getting everything solidified. Like I'm going to have a bunch to do on the electrical system already.
Right.
With relocating the batteries again. So that'll be down the road. Like at least I'll have a functioning parking brake. And then the goal would be to make it work correctly without burning out the motor before I burn out the motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we can just get one of those window relays.
Yeah.
Cool. So is that all the reviews we had?
That is reviews and voicemails for the day.
Excellent.
So reviews, voicemails, FNGs.
I want to say congratulations
to
Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. They hit 200 episodes this week.
Did, yeah.
And they interviewed a really cool individual for the 200th episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they interviewed Ian from, what is it, Big Tire Garage?
Big Tire Garage, four-wheeler.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Ian's been like a bucket list item for them for a long time. But huge congrats to them to just making it to 200. I think that's as difficult as a feat as actually sitting Ian down and being able to interview him.
Yeah.
Not many podcasts out there make it over
17.
10. Yeah, 17,
what was the number?
whatever
14,
the number.
17. Yeah.
Most podcasts are that low. And Wheeling Wine and Whiskey has made it to 200. So congratulations to you. We sent you a birthday present. Excited to hear what it is. I don't want to spoil the news.
Yeah, no spoiling.
Because I'm partially through that episode and they haven't talked about it yet. So I don't know if they talk about it at the end or if they're waiting till another episode. So we'll see.
Yeah. Congrats, guys. Jason stopped by the warehouse yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And dropped off a couple of Element fire extinguishers that I had to get from him. And so, we got to talk a little bit about 200 episodes and kind of their journey throughout it all and kind of like what his plans are next and what they're thinking for next stuff. So I'll let him spoil that for everybody rather than me.
Well, they said they were done.
They're done?
That's why
they're finished.
They're like, yep, 200. We made it. All right. Good talking to you guys. See ya. We're out.
Yeah. So they have their last one be Ian Johnson. No, they've still got like at least 5 more interviews from Hammers that they did down there.
Really?
Yeah. I had to put out. They did some work down there, man. They got a bunch of really cool interviews while they were down there.
Good for them.
And then I just got, the one with Nestor and Brady. So
that was a freaking fun episode.
It was a good episode though. Let's see here. I think that does it for all of the housekeeping stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
We were going to talk a little bit about suspension brackets because we got some of those in.
We did.
We got pretty much all of them in, but we're going to hold off, I think, 1, maybe 2 more episodes to talk about those because I think we have some questions because Jimmy and I just don't understand.
Yeah.
And so we're going to make sure we run everything by Brian first and then also see kind of how his customer service is too, testing him. So
plus we have yet to also receive the coilovers and links and joints.
Yeah. So we'll get to that in a little bit here, but so far from what we've unwrapped and unearthed, beefy.
Oh gosh.
And beautiful.
So beautiful.
So we'll get some pictures up on the gram. Pay attention there. And then we'll talk about it on an upcoming episode here. So about all the suspension stuff. My goal is to take Kermit down and start letting Ori and his buddy rip into Kermit and disassemble everything within the next week.
Wow. That's exciting news.
Yeah.
So you ready? You got the axle ready?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. I struggled a lot with this stupid parking brake caliper.
Right. Yeah.
It took a lot of time to A, figure out the wiring for it, and B, figure out how to set up the bracket on it because the mounting plate for the caliper is just in a really weird, funky spot for the parking brake caliper. And I don't understand metal engineering. Right? Like, I don't know what the PSI braking strength, tensile strength of metal or shear strength of metal is, mild steel in the different thicknesses, right? So 1/4 inch or 3/16 or whatever. And I just don't know that. So I'm like, I don't know how much stress is going to be on this. All I know is that levers compound stress.
Sure they do. Yeah.
And so I'm like, the way that this mounting plate is set up, it's set up to turn the caliper into a giant lever, rather than something that is securely mounted to an axle, right? Like most parking brake brackets are. And so I'm like, this just, in my opinion, needs to be stronger than a normal parking brake or a normal braking caliper bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was struggling with how to make it, how to set it up. And so I just can't figure out what's the best way to do this to make it strong and applicable. And so Hussman came over to alleviate my anxiety.
Yeah. Questions.
Yeah. And questions. And we sat there and kind of brainstormed for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and worked on making a bracket out of cardboard that was originally what I was thinking I wanted to do.
Okay.
But we were looking at it and it wasn't going to look right. I didn't want to have like one bracket for the brake bracket was going to be on one plane. The parking brake bracket was going to be on another plane. And it's going to be such tight in between there. It's like, I don't know. You're not really gonna be able to weld in there really well. You're not going to be able to paint the axle, plate the axle, whatever in there very well. And so I was like, I don't like it. It'll work. It'll function, but I don't like it.
Right. Okay.
And so we're looking at it and he caught something that I didn't catch. So those calipers are sold in rights and lefts, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So right side of the vehicle, left side of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And I had him on right, left on left. And he was looking at it. And he goes, the way the plug comes out of the motor, the electrical plug, he said, that's going to just come out behind the axle and get caught up on anything and everything you drive over. Any tree branches that come up, it's going to catch on that wire and rip that out of your motor. I was like, that's a good point. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were trying to find a way to reposition the caliper around the rotor so that wire was a little bit more protected and that plug was more protected. And we couldn't really find a way to do it. And finally, I was like, well, what if we put the right on the left and left on the right? And that would reverse. The wire wouldn't be sticking out the back anymore. It'd be sticking out the front.
Right. And it doesn't really matter because they don't have bleeders.
Exactly. There's no bleeders on them. So you can put them wherever you want around the rotor. And so doing it that way, we were able to situate the wire so it's protected by the axle and the housing. And then also by doing that, I started realizing that the mounting holes ended up lining up perfectly horizontal to the regular brake caliper bracket.
Oh, so parallel to the
parallel. So like it was parallel, but on a different plane still.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was like, man, that would make something kind of easy. Cause like Hussman's like, oh no, you could make a 3D shape to bend something and you'd have to cut it this way so that when you bend it, it bends over to this side and this and that. And I'm like, how do you figure this out in your head without seeing it laid out? Like it doesn't make sense in my head drawing 3D figures in free space in my head.
Right.
And manipulating them. I was like, or turning 2-dimensional figures into 3-dimensional figures. I was like, I don't get it. But he does it really well. And so he goes, yeah, look, here, give me some cardboard. I'm expecting him to like sit here and cut up cardboard, then tape it together to make a 3-dimensional figure. And he goes, nope, laid out this 2-dimensional shape and then folded it. And it was like a 3-dimensional thing that fit perfectly. I was like, what? How does that work?
Yeah.
And then we realized that it sat almost perfectly parallel to the caliper bracket. And he goes, well, that makes it even easier. You can just use one single plate and just make 2 little bends in it. And then you've got it there. And you can put a little gusset here. He goes, you know what you could do? You could even use angle iron and not have to bend anything. I was like, that sounds good to me. And I was like, I can visualize that.
It off of the bracket that holds the brake caliper. It just angle irons 90 degrees. You can kind of move the angle iron in or out of the plane to the desired position and then weld it there.
Yep.
And then extend up with another plate or something
Just
to
the angle iron itself would extend up and get it.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was
It's not
only,
that far.
1 and 5/16 from the caliper, the regular brake caliper to the mounting plate holes on the parking brake mounting plate. So 1 and 5/16 inch and then set back on a separate plane, a different plane, about 9/16 of an inch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's actually pretty close tight in there. So all I did was cut up a C channel to be angle iron, right? And then cut the angle iron down then to just barely sit on the 1/4 inch edge of the brake caliper bracket.
Sure.
And then I tacked that on and then made sure the holes all lined up and everything. And then what I'll do is I'll weld in that edge there, weld in the back side of it. And then I'll probably put a little gusset tying it permanently together in strength off of the regular brake bracket.
Okay, cool.
So it's all one unit now.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which is a lot cleaner, a lot simpler in my opinion. And I think it's going to work out really well. So now it's just a matter of setting up the other side and doing it.
Okay.
But he was over for 5 hours. As we were figuring all that out. But we got it figured out. I have a plan. We have a plan. Thank you, Hussman, for helping out with that. And from here, now it's just a matter of getting seals for the rear axle and then getting the C's for the front axle because I got the knuckles.
Okay.
So I'm doing the Super Kingpins.
Okay. Yeah.
I went up and said hi to Grant Forrester up in Chico. And he runs Flexed Out Motorsports.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he does a lot of like big beefy stuff. Like he's got a Chevy S10 or a Chevy Blazer, one of the or Tahoe, something like that, on MRAP axles.
What's that?
It's military axles.
Okay.
That are front and rear steer on that was on the 54-inch Baja Claws.
Oh, damn.
And it's now on the 58-inch Sticky Mickeys.
Oh, is that the green one that you posted? Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I just walked in and I'm 6'4" and this tire comes up to my chin. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Those things are huge.
So it was massive. And then he has another Tacoma right next to that truck called the Money Pit. And it's on 44s. And it just looks like these tiny little baby tires. Like they could have been 35s.
Right.
I was just like, Jesus.
Compared to the 54, 58s.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So I got to sit there and hang out with Grant for a little bit, talk with him about fabrication stuff, axle stuff. Picked up the knuckles from him. The C's he had were for 4-inch tubes.
Oh,
and I'm running 3.5s.
Okay.
So he called up Reed, and Reed had a set of the 3.5s left.
Nice.
So they're shipping those, and I left with the knuckles. And while I was there, Jake Gallo randomly walked up.
What?
Yeah.
Is he from up that way?
I guess so. I thought he was like up in near Georgetown area, but I guess he's up near Chico because I was sitting there talking to Grant.
I thought he was Placerville area.
Yeah, I thought somewhere in El Dorado County.
Okay.
Right? But no, I was out in Chico, out in the boonies in Chico at Flexed Out Motorsports. And sure enough, I'm sitting here talking to Grant and I turn around and there's Jake Gallo walking up. I was like, what the hell are you doing here? So got to see Jake and say hi to him, hang out for a little bit there.
Did you ask him what he did to the hood?
No. What did he do to his hood?
Isn't Jake Gallo the guy that got your old 4Runner?
That's Jake Gleghorn.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other G.
Yeah.
So
there's a few of those.
there are a few.
All right.
Jake Gallo's the almond.
Oh.
Almonds guy.
Yeah. Gleghorn lives out by Placerville.
I think he's down near like Rodney.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I think so. But anyways, so got to say hi to Jake Gallo.
Cool.
And then went on home and so I set up the knuckle. And what's really cool about running the setup I'm running, my front shafts will just have to be custom inners. I'm pretty sure the outers, the stub shaft, is going to be a stock 05 and up Super Duty outer.
Okay.
So I just need a 35 spline. Yeah. So I'm going to do, I think, 1550 U-joints on billet yokes.
Ooh.
So this is what's kind of cool. A lot of times the inner shafts of axles are forged, right? So you have if you're not Toyota,
right?
If you're pretty much anything else but Toyota and you don't have a CV, you have this axle shaft that on the end has a yoke for the U-joint that's forged to the axle shaft. It's all one forged unit, right?
You said CV. I think you meant Burfield.
Burfield is a CV joint.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt that.
Yeah.
I never thought of them that way, but
yeah,
okay.
A Burfield is a type of CV joint. And so like RCVs are another type of CV joint. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so a U-joint though has two yokes with a U-joint in between them, right?
Right.
And so typically your inner shaft yoke is forged to the inner shaft. And so that's what I was thinking I was going to have to do. I was going to have to get a custom forged inner shaft or get a custom blank one and have it splined appropriately. So I would have a 36 spline on the inner at a specific length and then the 1550 yoke. Brannick Motorsports does this really cool setup where you can get billet yokes. And then what they do is they press the yokes into your shaft, your inner shaft.
Oh, cool.
So I can get the yoke for the inner and the yoke for the outer and have those go together. And then all I need to do is get a custom inner shaft that just splines into, and it would just be a 35 spline, 1.5 inch, 35 spline into the 1550 yoke.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's the route I'm going to go. I'm still going to be I need to talk to somebody who does custom splining axle shafts and see what he thinks. He may say, yeah, sure, I think that's a good route to go, and I'll make you the inner shaft so you can put it into Brannick's yoke.
Right.
I was like, it's cool. So I got to talk to him. I got to talk to Brannick for the front shafts. But once the C's come in, then I can measure for my WMS and then get all the measurements and figure out if I want to go to this guy or Brannick for the front shafts.
Okay.
So that's pretty much where the axle's at right now. All that's really left is the front shafts, seals for both front and rear, and I'm waiting for the third member studs to come in still.
Oh, okay.
I have 10 out of 24. So,
well, you have enough to put it in and test it.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's it's coming right along. So I'm thinking hopefully I'm going to get some work in and finish that up this week. And then hopefully hand everything off to Ori here in the next week.
Dang. That's going to be rad.
Yeah.
We'll see if Ori can make Cruise Moab timeline.
I don't know, man. That's asking a lot. I think it's asking a lot. Supposedly I should be able to pick up the Bronco before the end of this week.
Okay.
So I might be able to drive the Bronco down to CJ's wedding.
Oh, that'll be cool.
That would be a lot of fun. If not, then, it doesn't matter either way. If Ori, isn't able to get it done, I'm not going to ask him to try and push and get it done by then. I'd rather him take his time and do a good job. So then we'll just take the Bronco out there and it should do great. It's on 35s, front and rear lockers, 4.7 gears from the factory. Disconnect sway bar. I added 4 doors, so it's got the longer wheelbase. I think it's going to do great, and I think it'll do better in Moab than my 4Runner did last year. So
yeah, I think you'll be a little bit more comfortable in it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if it could do everything that your 4Runner could do.
In Moab, I feel like it could.
You would take it up Metal Masher?
Metal Masher? I think I would. Yeah. I think I'd take the Bronco up Metal Masher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
I don't know if I would take the Bronco up Hell's Gate in the rain.
Yeah.
But
true.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cruise Moab, is Morphlate going to sponsor a trail run this year?
Yes. I put in to try and do a Morphlate Metal Masher run again.
Okay.
So I don't know what day they were doing that. I requested Friday because I thought that worked out pretty good. That was the same as last year. So I haven't, now that you mentioned that, I don't think I've gotten confirmation that was confirmed and they're going to let me do that. So
cool.
But that's the goal. I think Friday, Morphlate Metal Masher run at Cruise Moab.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Rob, who led the Metal Masher run.
Oh yeah.
With us. And I asked him what runs he's leading.
Mm-hmm.
And he's leading a top of the world run, and he's leading another run. I don't remember what it was, but then he's leading another one called like Porcupine Rim.
Yeah.
And so I asked him about it. I was like, what's it like? He's like, it's not that difficult, but it's got amazing views. And so I was like, sweet, maybe I'll sign up with that and we can wheel again together. And he's like, that'd be cool.
Nice.
So I don't know if there's any like bonus lines on that one. Like there is Rock Chucker on Metal Masher, but it'll be cool to wheel with the guy again for sure. As long as
he was a lot of fun.
He was a lot of fun. As long as he doesn't drive a Jeep, I think, be our trail leader for a Land Cruiser event and driving a Jeep. I was completely wrong. I don't know why they even let that happen.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we'll have to give Matt some grief about that as we're getting ready, as we're talking with him about leading up to this year. So
sounds good. Cool.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much all my updates. I spent the whole weekend. Like I literally was expecting to spend half a day on that stupid parking brake bracket. Yes. And I think I've spent 2 full weekends on it so far.
Wow.
It was just getting to the point I was getting pissed. So I was like, I need help. Help me, husband.
Yeah, totally.
So anyways, that's all my updates really. So, I did not go wheeling. And we've just been busy coordinating stuff on NorCal 4x4 rescue with all the storms coming in. So other than that, that's just been business as usual.
Yeah. That's nice.
What have you been up to?
Not a terrible amount in regards to off-roading.
Okay.
I'm completely sold out of SnailArmor panels. which is the first time I think that's ever happened to me.
Okay.
So I'm on back order, but I'm going to pick up panels today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is Tuesday. So I've been sold out for a day.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. So I'm going to pick up 3rd gen panels. They're running. I need 3rd gen panels. Like that's the one I sell the most of. That's the one I just need right now. I just need a small batch of 3rd gen panels, and then we'll start ordering the random assortments of everything else. So I'm going to pick up 3rd gen panels today so I can get that ball rolling. I think I only have 1 Tundra and 1 2nd gen on order. So it's, all the rest of my current orders are 3rd gen panels.
Yeah.
I'm going to solve that problem today. Next week, though, I am going to be picking up an assortment of panels.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Ooh, I don't know. So I'm going to, I guess I'll say it. And most of you, everybody pretty much knows. They're not going to be released yet. I still need to get some plastic clips.
James.
But I do need some test fitters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Over here.
So I will officially be picking up hopefully a week from today, a week from Tuesday. I will be getting more 3rd gen Tacomas, I'll be getting my 2nd gen Tacomas back in stock, getting my Tundras back in stock.
Nice.
And I will also be picking up 1st and 2nd gen Forerunners.
Okay.
And Gladiators.
Nice.
So I do need a few people of 1st and 2nd gen Forerunners and Gladiators to do some official product testing fitment things.
Yeah.
Because I've done 1 or 2s, I've tested a few of them on my own, but if I can send them out, do some shipping testing, packaging testing, fitment, having customers put some on, seeing if they work to their satisfaction, yeah. So if you have one of those, maybe willing to get in at a initial price point, hit me up. I definitely could use some. And like I said, it'll probably be, I'll be getting them next week, but I need to buy some plastic clips, I think, for the 2nd gens.
Okay.
Primarily. 1st gens already had plastic clips in the tailgate. So it's a matter if you still have those or not.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't, I'm having a really hard time finding them.
Oh, really?
Really hard. I've put a few people on it. I've called a few companies. Nobody really makes that style except for Toyota. And they're around $2.50 a piece.
For each one?
For each one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's 8 or 9 of them.
Wow.
On my panel. I can't remember how many holes there are.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think the clips that I'm going to use for the 2nd gen will work for the 1st gen.
Okay.
It's just a matter if you want factory stuff or not.
Gotcha.
And then Gladiators don't need any plastic clips. They have like
the screws or
they're bolts.
Okay.
They have threaded sections already.
Nice.
Like net certs sort of thing in
Yeah.
there. So
could people put nut certs into their 2nd gen or 1st gen tailgates and then run a bolt through their panel?
You could. You might need to do some fabrication on your tailgate and hopefully, because there's a little bit of wiggle room on the plastic clips. So that allows for a little bit of wiggle room on how well my panel fits.
The tolerance.
The tolerance is a little bit more free.
Okay.
If you put a nut cert in and you have to make, I don't know. I mean, I've never tried it that way, but you could probably put a nut cert in and then maybe find a small bolt because these are only like number 6 screws.
Yeah.
Like they're really small. And so you'd need a smaller bolt, but I mean, maybe it's possible. I just haven't tried it.
Okay.
Somebody might, who knows?
Cool. I might do it then.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You need to, I will supply people with black screws. So if you're doing it, you might want to get some black bolts, but yeah, I don't know. It might be a fun test another alternative way to install it.
Sweet. Nice. We did, now you're mentioning about launching stuff. We launched our new bags.
I saw that
as well.
Yes.
So we designed a bag specifically for the extreme tire repair kits.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then after we got the samples in, I was like, we can use these for all sorts of things.
Yeah. Tool rolls. They're really nice bags.
Yeah. They turned out great. So, they're only $45.
Wow. Okay.
On the website, and we're doing 30% off for the month of March.
Okay.
So that brings down to, I think, $31.50.
Ooh.
$31.50 for a really nice bag, rolling organizer bag, so you can use it for tools, electrical stuff, whatever.
Nice.
Okay. Over at moreflate.com. So
Cool.
that was a really fun project. It took a while,
Yeah.
going back and forth with samples to figure out what you need to do and what you don't like, what you do like, and
Sure.
communicating that with the factories. But
were you able to get one at a time, or did they have to make small batches?
I was able to get
version?
one at a time for
cool.
each sample version. Yeah. And then it only went through, I think, 3 iterations.
Nice.
Before we got to a final product. So
cool.
Yeah, that was a fun project, and it's fun to see it now officially live and people getting them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look great. I've played with one inside the studio here, but I'll have to grab one off of you and put some tools in it for sure.
Yeah. I will admit my new favorite item, which I don't have it in here. We had to make, we designed pull tags for the zippers.
Yeah.
And so I've been putting them on everything that I can. Like my backpack is all the Moreflate pull tags.
Actually, I ripped a pull tag off of that big bag that they gave us from Cruise Moab last year.
Oh yeah.
I just pulled on it and it snapped off in my hands.
I think I had one do that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting in a small batch of 300 or 400 of them, something like that, just to use for random stuff.
I'll take some.
So yeah, we'll get you some.
That'll be neat. Let's see. So besides everything that's going on for SnailArmor that I have, this last weekend was pretty low key. We didn't have the mini assistant, and we planned on sort of, if the weather was nice, doing some yard work because it's sort of spring-ish here. Things are popping. Flowers are
plants
starting.
Think it's spring.
Yeah, the leaves are coming out. Weeds are growing. Plus, we've been gone for the last 2 or 3 weekends in a row traveling. And so we wanted sort of a low-key weekend just at home. And that turned into us going wine tasting.
Okay.
What did we do before wine tasting? We did something else before wine tasting. I can't remember what it was, but we went wine tasting on Saturday. I came down here to record the podcast.
That's right.
Yep. With Jay Barry and Trent.
Justin Barry.
Jason Barry.
Jason Barry. Okay.
Jay Barry, who's hilarious. They're so cute together, don't you think? They are good. They make a good couple.
They do.
They're gonna get along well and have a good life together.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I came down here Saturday morning, had to take off, went wine tasting. We were late to the first event, but we were going up there because they were doing like a food and wine pairing at the event for releasing the bottle release.
Okay.
And because the weather was so bad, they canceled it. But we didn't see the email until we got up there. And while we were going up there, it was snowing on us.
Yeah. I was going to say, you guys got to do some snow wheeling.
I didn't put it in 4-wheel drive, but it was, it was snowing. We got up to the first spot, Shadow Ranch, and everything was covered in white.
Wow.
And then it either warmed up or the clouds weren't, I don't know however weather happens, it started raining after. It was snowing and then it's turned to rain.
Okay.
And then so all the snow was sort of melting. And then we went to the second winery and where we were supposed to do a wine pickup. And supposedly they emailed the assistant and said, hey, it's supposed to be stormy up there. Are you still coming up to Fairplay to come get your wine, or are you planning on going to their other location, which is in Rescue?
Yeah.
And the assistant never responded to him or never noticed the email.
Oh, okay.
So we went up to that winery, and there was nobody there. And it was funny because we went to drive up the hill and it was like had snow on it. I'm like, and
nobody's been here.
Yeah, there's no tracks heading up this way. There's nothing going on up this way. We get up to the gate, everything's locked. I drive up to the gate, it opens. I'm like, okay, well, maybe
we'll go in. Yeah,
I don't see any cars, and so we drive up to the tasting room. Totally pitch black inside. We park. We snap a few photos of all the snow in the area, And then I was like, I wonder if the bathroom's open. So I went down there, bathroom was open, went to the bathroom, jumped back in the car. We called the spot and rescue. And they're like, oh yeah, we're still open. Sorry, you're there. I'll be open until 5. And we're like, okay, we'll be there at 4:45 to pick up wine. And so we got down there, right around 4:45. We picked up some wine, and the lady's like, "I'm sorry, you were all the way up there. You want me? I'll pour you a few tastes." And we're like, "Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Thank you." Started talking to there was another pair of ladies in there, our age, and long story short, one of the other ladies' husbands does a podcast.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's called The Modern Acre, and it's about farming land and the business of farming.
Okay.
Yeah, I've started listening to one of them, and it's not my genre. It's not my type, my cup of tea. But they seem to do a good podcast. I think I listened to like the intros at start of a few of them, and one of them was like, hey, we're re-releasing an episode because today is one of the 49er football games, and we're going to sit down and actually watch the game instead of record a podcast. I was like, kudos to you guys.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't do that. We'd probably go, I want to watch the Niner game, so we got to record earlier or another day or figure that out. But so they're like, here's a re-release of something, a re-listen. What they called it, like a re-listen or something.
Have we done any re-listens yet? I don't think we have.
I don't think we have either.
I think if we don't do an episode, we're just like, hey, we're not doing an episode. We're hanging out with the family. Bye.
Right. Yeah. That or 249 or whatever it was.
Oh, that's right. Where we just skip them.
Yeah.
Lose an episode.
Something, the lost episode.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun to talk to the ladies and hang out for a quick moment. And then we went back to Monk's, our watering hole. And ate dinner because at that point we didn't want to cook, and we had some whiskey drinks. I had what did I have? I had an old fashioned. The assistant had a Bad Habit, which is kind of an old fashioned, but it has absinthe in it. And then she read this like drink on Facebook or somewhere called a black martini. No, a black Manhattan is what it's called, and she loved it. I don't know. It has.
Should have like 5 more afterwards.
It doesn't have the vermouth in it. It has another type of liquor instead of the vermouth, which makes it darker in color.
All right.
So she said that has moved up in front of an old fashioned for her at Monk's. She still likes the Bad Habit.
That's her go-to, right?
Yeah, that's her go-to.
Okay.
And then this Black Manhattan is now number 2 for her. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. And then afterwards, we went across the street to the Speakeasy.
Oh, that's right across the street there from Monk's?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went in there and we thought we knew the password, but apparently the password changes. Which makes sense to some extent.
Yeah, I guess if you want
to.
And
so we walked in and we gave we're like, hey, I'll say it. There was scrumdiddlyumptious. That was the password before. He's like, hey, we got 2 scrumdiddlyumptiouses. And the lady's like, that's not the password anymore. We're like, what? She's like, yeah, you should get an email. It should have your password in it. And we're like, I don't think we're on the email. So how do we figure out the password? And she's like, well, you got to talk to somebody. Like, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
She's like, well, if you can't figure it out, I'll help you out. And eventually we never figured it out. And she kind of whispered it into the assistant's ear. And then then the assistant whispered it back to her. Then we went inside and I had a Ramos Fizz and she had a You're Turning Violet.
Okay.
Which both of those, I'm not a gin drinker, but man, both of those drinks are so good. They also have a really cool, it's just like, what's the dry ice? It has like dry ice in it, whiskey drink thing that like
bubbles and
turns. And it's a really good showpiece. I'm sure it doesn't change the drink all that much. It just looks cool when it does it. So yeah, some people next to us ordered one of those and we were like, oh, that's cool.
Nice.
But and then after that we went home, but we had a good time. It was a good relaxing day. Just the 2 of us.
Nice.
Yeah. Then the next Sunday morning we woke up and we were lazy and then it was sunny outside, which we expected it to be raining. And we're like, oh, damn it. I guess we better do yard work. So I attacked this bush that I'm trying to give some love to in the backyard that's flowering right now, and cleaned all the ivy out around that and pruned it up a little bit. And then I went out front and started doing weeds. And then we picked weeds until the assistant said, I'm tired. And then we went inside and cleaned ourselves up. And pretty much by that time we had to go pick up the mini assistant. And I think I did a little bit of work in between there, but that was my weekend. It was not four-wheeling related at all, but the last few ones kind of had some four-wheel excitement into it. And so this was more of a lazy one. So
gotcha.
It was nice.
Nice. Well, that's cool. It's always nice to have a relaxing weekend. So just kind of kick back and kind of reset and get ready for the chaos of tearing Bobcat apart and get him ready for Moab.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be raining because I wanted to actually rip apart the whole power steering setup there in the front. That was my backup plan, but it was dry. So we did yard work instead. But by the end of this week, my goal is to have all the power steering completely off of Bobcat.
Wow.
And so hopefully by the time you see me for CJ's wedding, you can ask me how much I gotten done with Bobcat.
Nice.
So we'll see then.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a chance to talk trucks this weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
That way the ladies can just kind of roll their eyes and go off and talk about something else while we
they'll
talk trucks.
Talk about wine and how much they dislike trucks.
Yeah. Yes.
And then I don't know, is Verde going out wine tasting with us too? Has he confirmed?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Jason, you and I will all be together, and so we'll have some fun chats, I'm sure.
Speaking of, I had said that Jason came over to the warehouse.
Yeah.
He got to take a look at Buck, Brian. I don't know what
Buck.
you guys are naming him.
Yeah, Buck the deer. Yeah.
He's a far, far superior to Lorenzo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By far.
He sings. He talks to you.
He reminds me of a very upscale, nice Billy the Bass.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. He's got Mardi Gras beads.
Yeah.
So he's been to Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
He's very world traveler so far.
Which one?
The Louisiana Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Are there others?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Mardi
know
Gras is a worldwide thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was a
Mardi
Louisiana
Gras
thing.
all over the place.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I haven't been to the Louisiana one. The Louisiana one is the one with beads.
Okay.
That's the one where they throw beads out for other reasons. But
I'm pretty sure Buck got those beads for those reasons.
Yes. Yeah. He showed his
head.
Yeah, there you go. And the whiskey is talking.
The podcast just went down the drain again.
That's good. No, the Brazil has a freaking wild Mardi Gras too, but and then Venice, Italy has a really nice Mardi Gras, and I've actually been to the Mardi Gras in Venice, Italy. What's really neat about that one is people dress up in very formal costumes, very elaborate formal costumes, and sort of just stroll around and have fun and, go to...
It's like a costume ball outdoors?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a way.
Interesting.
And I'm sure they go to parties and stuff like that. But when I was there in my early 20s, I didn't go to any parties of theirs. I bought a mask and I kind of ran around like a crazy kid drinking some wine. But it was really neat. I think that I'm not too sure. I think Brazil's is more of a party, but the one in Louisiana is like the Mardi Gras party, right?
Gotcha.
I don't think a lot of the other places party like the one in New Orleans.
Interesting. New Orleans, that's right. I didn't even realize that. I just assumed Mardi Gras was a New Orleans thing.
Most Americans do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
Cool. It is true. Buck has beads. He sings. He talks to you. He can sing to other music too. So you can play him music and he'll sing? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He is getting a little old though.
Okay. I was curious if I show him my head, if I'll get beads.
Probably. That's a good question. You'll have to make another poll on the Facebook page.
No, I wanted to call him Brian. I said that on the Instagram post after our super producer, Brian.
Oh, okay.
And so we could actually have a mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Like Lorenzo.
Yeah. And then that way we can actually like pick on Brian without feeling bad now.
Yeah. Instead of actually, we'd be whenever we make fun of Brian, we're making fun of that one, not the other one.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Can we still make fun of the other one though?
I don't see why not.
Okay, good. I'm okay with this plan then.
Yeah, okay. No, but I think buck is a much better name for it.
Okay.
I mean, because it's a buck.
Yeah, he is.
So it's got horns.
Yes, he's horny and shows his head to people. And he has really furry ears. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
Lorenzo does not have fur in his ears.
No, I don't.
So
I don't remember.
yeah. And we'll have to, Jason said that he had Lorenzo with him. He should have brought him inside. We could have introduced him.
Oh, you could have taken a photo of Buck and Lorenzo.
I know. See if anybody like got into a fight or Lorenzo tries to bite him or something.
They're in like somewhat of the same family, aren't they? I mean, a deer and a donkey.
Are they?
Like
Quadrupeds.
4 legs and hooves. I don't know.
What more do you need? Oh man, that's funny. All right.
Is it the donkeys that can't reproduce or ponies that can't reproduce?
I don't know. I hadn't heard that either way.
Oh, it's that's mules. Mules can't reproduce.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
I didn't know that. You learned something
new. I believe most mules are sterile.
Nice. Look at us being all educational. We're learning about Mardi Gras across the world. We're learning that mules can't reproduce.
Yeah. And we learned that Buck likes showing his head.
For beads.
Beads.
Yes, he does.
And if you don't know what Buck is, ladies and gentlemen, where could they go over to Smokey and the Bandit?
I don't know. That was a story. I don't know if it's up anymore. Yeah. We'll have to tell Ryan, MF Ryan, to make that into a post so people can check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not MF and Ryan Instagram. What's his IG?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you might be able to go check that out. I might throw one up here before I leave today since I got some more work to do. But yeah, it's he's entertaining. He gets old very quickly though.
Yes.
He gets a little annoying. You got to go over there and pull his plug. But yeah, it's a fun one. So we now have a mascot for the Morphlate Warehouse and Snail Trail.
Cool.
So yeah.
Look at us growing.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's all I got for this episode. I don't have any other updates or anything to get into. So hopefully we'll have some more updates on Thursday about, I'm sure we're going to have an interesting weekend to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I'll have a Bronco.
Should we bring the podcasting gear?
Oh, we totally should. We totally should. We can bring that at least the Zoom, maybe.
And get,
do wine tasting podcasting again.
Tasting podcast.
Yeah.
We need a 5th mic.
We'll take one of Lee's. I still have Lee's microphones.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Lee.
Why
I'll get those back to you, buddy.
But we can't plug 5 into the Zoom.
That's true. Somebody will have to share. You and I can share.
Yeah. I don't have to talk. You talk the most anyway.
That is true. So,
and then you get Jason, who talks the most on his podcast.
Yeah.
So then both of the assistant and the secretary won't give up there. So that kicks me out.
Yeah. You have a point.
I'll just sit back and drink the wine while you guys talk.
We need to figure out a DD, a Disney driver. So
that or an Uber.
Yeah, that's a expensive Uber.
It's less expensive than a DUI.
That is very true. Yeah, man. So yeah, we'll have the weekend to talk about, and should be a fun weekend, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Hopefully it's not raining on us a lot.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I guess without further ado, if anybody has any questions or feedback for us for the show, you want clarifications on anything, you're asking, if you're just curious, how do you get beads? Send that on over to Jimmy at Snail Trail 4x4 on Instagram. He'd love to answer all those questions like that. If you have any questions about radios, send them my way over to 4x4 Toyota Tyler. And if you have any questions about anything about life or how mules cannot reproduce, you can send those over to the voicemail at 916-345-4744. Capiche?
Capiche.
All right, Jimmy. Do you have anything to say to everybody?
This whiskey is pretty good.
I concur. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
For me?
For you.
Wow, I feel special.
Yeah. I saw a thief at an Apple store.
Okay.
Does that make me an eyewitness?
Yes, it does. You brought an Apple joke to this podcast.
Yeah, because it's shitty.